Hey guys, this is Maō. I can bring you guys some more Digimon Adventure for the PSP. In the last part, we finished off episode number 35, and today we're moving on to episode number 36, the Resurrected VenoVamdemon.
くそー、バンデモンを倒すだけじゃダメなのか。そんな、
じゃあ霧に閉じ込められたまま。メール
子供たちを喜べ。バンデモンを倒すヒントを見つけたぞ。古代遺跡で見つかった予言の歌じゃ。はじめにコウモリの群れが空を覆った。続いて人々がアンデッドデジモンの王の名を唱えた。そして時が獣の数字を刻んだ時、アンデッドデジモンの王は敵の正体を表した。天使たちがその守るべき人の最も愛する人へ光と希望の矢を放った時、奇跡が起きた。
ヒントって言ってもちんぷんかんぷんね。このそれがお兄ちゃん、早くお父さんとお母さんのとこに行こう。
とにかく移動するか。
So, the kids find out that VenoVamdemon is not actually dead because General just tells them that. And so now we must head over to his location. And this area has a bunch of Digimon you've already fought. No new Digimon here. Possibly the strongest Digimon you'll face here is probably Sneemon in this area, I guess. That's really the only Digimon you're going to be facing here. Later on you're going to be facing a lot more tougher Digimon, and I will tell you about that when we get to it. Yeah, so yeah, nothing really to say around here. All you have to do is head to the convention center.
お父さんもお母さん、パパ、ママ。
霧だけかと思ったらこんな。
脈拍は正常だ。
女王のお兄さん。
ああ、押し入れに入ってたおかげで化け物に見つからなかったらしくてね。
お兄さん、お医者さんなんですか？
まだ医学生だけどね。それより今はまずこの人たちだ。
私のせいでこうなったのね。
私のせいでもある。
大丈夫よ。みんな眠ってるだけだもん。時間が経てば目を覚ますわ。そうよね。何ですか？話って。
怪物から隠れている間、お母さんと相談して話そうと決めたんだが、実は私たちはお前の本当の両親じゃないんだよ。
知ってました。聞かなかったふりをしてそれまでと変わらずに振る舞おうとしましたが、結局できませんでした。本当の自分を隠すようにパソコンにはまったり。
パソコンにはまったっていいんだよ。
父さん、
それがお前の個性なんだから。しかしそっくりだ、お前の。
本当のお父さん。
私の遠縁にあたる天才肌の数学者だった。
そうだったんですか。
お前が大人になったら打ち明けるつもりでいたが。
本当のことを話してもらってありがとうございます。あ、いえ、ありがとう。
今まで通りでいいんだよ。
そうよ。お前が元気でいてくれたらそれ以上は何も望まない。
小次郎はん、思う存分泣きなはり、甘えなはり。
一体なんだあのコウモリの群れは。
空も太陽も隠れちゃう。
はじめにコウモリの群れが空を覆った。
本当の恐怖はこれからだ。空、お母さんが。
ン様。
お母さん、どうしたの？お母さん。
バンデモン様。
バンデモン様。やめてくれ父さん。
これは
気になることがあるんですが。
予言だろう。人々がアンデッドデジモンの王の名を唱え
コウモリの予言もあったんだよ。なんだって？
3番目の予言は何だった？時が獣の数字を刻んだ時、アンデッドデジモンの王は獣の正体を表す。
なんだよその獣の数字って。
666。ヨハネの目視録に出てくる数字のことだ。
666ってことは6時6分6秒？もうバンでもなのか？
でもあの大きさ。
ベノムバンデモン様の姿に声も出ないようだな。
ベノムバンデモン？
パワーだ。パワーが足りない。
食料でしたら確保しております。
まずはお前からだ。
何をされるのです？
そんなことさせるもんか。
So a lot has happened, and I might as well explain what you need to do here. Now there are a bunch of Digimon here. What I recommend is that you save here before you fight VenoVamdemon. Also, there are a bunch of Digimon here that you'll want to face off against because they give you a bunch of experience. You will not get this chance to ever get this much experience ever again. So make sure you take advantage of that. I would recommend getting all your Digimon to level to around level 50. I got Greymon up to level 55, and the rest of them are around level 50. So yeah, I recommend doing that. You'll be facing a lot of boss Digimon, so that's why they give you a lot of experience. Pretty much you want to do that. They do respawn. All you have to do is walk around, and they do respawn after a while, so you can fight them over again and again. Make sure you use that what was that? I forget what it's called. The experience share, the experience boosting skill that you get much earlier in the game, and make sure you use that as well. Yeah, so that's all I really have to say. Make sure you use that. Make sure you use that save point, and because they allow you to heal your Digimon, and make sure before you take on VenoVamdemon to save, because this battle is actually very, very tough.
では次の守るべき人というのは？
タケル君とヒカリさんだ。次は最も愛する人だけど。
わてらに置き換えてみましょう。天使が慌てとしたら守るべき人は幸四郎藩や。
最も愛する人はお父さんとお母さんだ。
家族だよ。親。
でも愛する人たちにどうして矢を放つんだ？
キューピッドは愛を与える矢を放つわ。
それや、エンジェモンとエンジェウーモンが愛の矢を放つんです。
どう思う？
きっとそれだ。
でもそんなことしたらお兄ちゃんたち死んじゃうかも。
死ぬもんかなあ。
あ
あ、わかった。私の光を、僕の希望を、その奇跡を信じて。
怖いか？
怖くないと言えば嘘だ。
実は俺もだ。俺が逃げないようしっかり捕まえてくれ。
わかった。俺の方こそ頼むぜ。関よ、起きろ。 デジモンに進化したんだ。
行けウォーグレイモン。
すごい。
私まだ戦えるよ。行くぞ。
ほら見てて。
よしみんなで一斉攻撃だ。
Alright, and it's time for our final boss battle of the arc. Yes, and we're up against VenoMVandemon. VenoMVandemon is an evil Digimon whose name is derived from Venom and Maō, and whose design is derived from the Beast of Revolution, as well as the mythical Abaddon. It has the lower part of a beast and the upper half of a beetle-like shell. It is the true evolved form of the King of Darkness, Maō. As VenoMVandemon, who has unleashed its hidden power, it has nothing but omnicidal and destructive impulses, and Maō, who originally maintained its gentlemanly-like conduct, reason and intelligence, hates exposing its true ugly form. And right, so basically what happened in the plot is there was basically this prophecy of a miracle happening when two angels stabbed two kids through the heart with an arrow, and that's what basically they did, and that sparked their Agumon's and Gabumon's digivolution into War Greymon and Metal Greymon. War Greymon is a Dragon Man Digimon whose name and design are derived from War Greymon, the strongest dragon warrior with an eye class clad in armor of the super metal chrome Digitoid. It is the ultimate form of the Greymon species Digimon, though it differs from a gigantic feature seen in Greymon species and has the form of man type. It has rapidly improved its speed and power, and is likely, if possible to defeat it with the attacks from Ultimate Digimon. And next we have Metal Greymon. Metal Greymon is a cyborg Digimon. It is the final form of Garurumon and powered itself up by metallizing almost its entire body. Not only has it retained its natural keenness when it underwent metallization, but it can pulverize the opponent with the countless weapons concealed throughout its body. So, this is a very hard boss battle. There's actually two parts to this boss battle. First, we have the first part. The three Digimon I recommend bringing in, Metal Greymon and Metal Garurumon, are automatically going to be in your party, but the final Digimon I recommend putting in is Angel Woman. This is because of Saint's Air. Saint's Air is a move that heals all your Digimon's health by 200 HP, which is very, very useful. You're not gonna get any of that healing power any other time in the game unless you want to grind some items, which I don't recommend doing, by the way, because it's a waste of time. I recommend using Angel Woman because she does a pretty nice amount of damage to VenoMVandemon, because VenoMVandemon is a virus Digimon, and Angel Woman does a lot of damage to them. So between the three Digimon I have here, you should be doing a lot of damage. I also equipped War Greymon with the supercharged skill, which raises his attack and defense by 2 stages, and that's very, very useful in cutting down VenoMVandemon health, because he has a ton of it. He also has his ability, Auto Heal Omega, which is the same ability that Etamon had when he faced him the second time in the last arc. And again, it's just as annoying as last time, because of course he does do a lot of damage to you. He can attack you twice using that continuous action, like in the last boss battle we had in the last episode. So yeah, he does do a lot of damage to you. Your main form of attacking is pretty much using the first attacks, Fukkatsu's Breath and Gaia Force, and of course Holy Arrow. Those are the attacks you only want to be spamming in this fight. His moves do not do a lot of damage, but because of how many times he attacks you, he will hit you for a massive amount of damage, Anjumonmon will probably be the one that will be taking the most amount of damage because she has the lesser defense of all the 3 Digimon. VenoGreymon is alright, but he's not that he's not as good as WarGreymon. WarGreymon does a lot of damage in this fight. That's because he's the most highest leveled in this game right now, for me at least. And of course, yeah. So this guy, I had to actually fight him twice because the first time was really long. It took me a long time to beat him just because I brought in the wrong Digimon. But the second time I fought him, he was a lot more easier because I actually grinded a bit and I was actually pretty smart with how I took this guy on. And I didn't for 1 second underestimate him because he does a lot of damage to you. But anyway, we defeated the first phase of VenoVamdemon. So it's not over yet. We have our second form of VenoVamdemon, or VenomVamdemon, and yeah, this time he does a lot more damage to you. He's a bit more powerful than last time. Again, there are no heal points. You do not heal up in this one. So I recommend at least spending the first turn healing up your Digimon because they are not going to be able to be at full capacity at the start of this at the start of the second part of the boss battle. So of course he will have that auto heal ability still, but now you'll have this new move, Chaos Flame, which does a bit of damage to us, but again he does have Inferno second move, which doesn't do as much damage, but his Chaos Flame is usually his most dangerous attack because it attacks all the Digimon. I think all these moves attack all your Digimon. So yeah, what you're gonna be, just hit him with the strongest moves and then you should be alright. I recommend bringing in a lot of SP capsules because you're gonna be running out of SP pretty goddamn fast. And when you're out of SP, you can't use any of the special moves, so taking them down is a bit more harder again, and it becomes a bit more of a grind. Luckily, I had enough SP capsules in order to heal up my Digimon and also do a lot of damage to him at the same time. Pretty much, you're gonna want to use Anjumon's turns to heal, as the Digimon you're gonna be using, Metal Garurumon and WarGreymon. Those 2 Digimon are gonna be doing the most amount of damage out of the 3 Digimon you have right here. And Anjumon, she's basically going to be your heal slave. I recommend using her turns to heal up rather than the others, and using their turns to attack. Again, I recommend equipping Supercharge to either WarGreymon or not WarGreymon or Metal Garurumon because he's very powerful. I put it on WarGreymon because he is the strongest Digimon on my team right now. I think for the remainder of the entire game he's the strongest Digimon. So yeah, I recommend using that, of course. This boss battle is really long. It's the bulk of today's episode, guys. It is the bulk. This guy just doesn't go down as easily as previous bosses, and it makes complete and utter sense. I mean, he is the final boss he's the final boss of this arc, and the next arc gets a bit tougher. From my knowledge, us playing it so far is a lot more tougher, because there are a lot more stronger Digimon, of course. Yeah, so I took a lot that time and I'm a bit tired. The first time I had to fight this guy, he completely destroyed me. I did get past him, but I didn't like how it came. I didn't like how it ended up, so I decided to do it again. And this time was a hell of a lot more shorter. It took me about I think this fight took me about like 15 to 20 minutes to finish, and the next fight took me about, what was it? I think it was like 30 minutes because of how tough he is. And I did a lot of healing items, but this fight didn't have to do too much healing. It was a lot of attacking, and make sure you use those times that you get to attack useful, because he is tough, trust me. Luckily, before I came into this battle, Underwoman got a level up, so all her things, the HP and SP got up to max, which was very useful. So I could utilize her a bit more. But yeah, I have nothing really to say. I guess I should talk about what I think of the arc as a whole. I think this arc of Digimon was probably its best arc. It really increased the stakes and brought about a bunch of great things in the entire lineup, and I really enjoyed this arc as a whole. VenoMamdemon was very much better than Venomon was in any sense of the word, because VenoMamdemon was a hell of a lot more. We had the kids on a run, that's for sure. Yeah, there's nothing really much to say. I've pretty much exhausted every strategy I have. There's nothing really I can really say that can really help. Before this actual battle, we got super counter, which is a skill. When attacked, it does damage back to your enemy. It's pretty much a stronger counter. I haven't equipped that yet. Need to, because it seems very useful. we are coming to the end of the boss battle. I have been very quiet because I've basically exhausted everything I've had to say at this point. But we are coming to the end of this boss battle. VenomuVandemon is on its last legs. What I really hate about this boss battle is how long it can be, especially if you don't know what you're doing. For a lot of first-time players, this is going to be your longest boss battle. I don't think it's the last longest boss battle. I think later on the boss battle does get a lot harder, and I do recommend that you actually grind. I grinded for about 2 hours to get to the levels that I am currently at. It takes a lot of time, yes, but it's definitely worth it. It definitely makes this boss battle a lot harder, a lot easier, I mean. And I think Metal Gurumon is the last one to. He lives with like the smidgens of health, so it's ridiculous. And I think Metal Greymon is going to be the one to finish him off. No problem. And yeah, this is the end of VenomuVandemon. This is the end of the VenomuVandemon arc. And yeah, that's all I really got to say for today's episode. Next, after this fight, there's a scene and the guys, and we get an item here. We get, I think, Evo Boost 2, which allows one of your Digimon to stay in the perfect level. It's very useful. I recommend putting that on Agumon, because he is the strongest Digimon on your team by now. And yeah, that's all I really have to say. After the boss battle, there'll be a scene where basically the digital world will be in the sky, and we go back to the digital world to take on a new threat, and that will be the final arc of the game. So that's all I really got to say for today's episode. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, and until next time, this has been VenomuVandemon signing out. Peace.
しばらくな。
久しぶりだね、お兄ちゃん。みんなが揃ったの。
ああ、そうだ。
私のパパやママ、大丈夫かな。
あれは新兄さん。
みんなのご家族は無事だ。元に戻ったよ。
よかった。よかったね、ソラさん。ねえ見て、霧が晴れていく。嘘。お兄ちゃん。
なんなんだよこれ。
やっぱりそうでしたか。
やっぱりってなんだよ。
あの大陸はデジモンワールドです。
確かに言われてみればどことなく、あれがプロットモンのいた世界。いや、あれはもう私たちのいたデジモンワールドではない。
そうです。こっちに来てからもう数日経ちます。ということはデジモンワールドでは何年も経ったことになる。
僕たちがデジモンワールドの歪みを正さないまま来ちゃったから、向こうじゃ大変なことになってるんじゃないの。その影響が私たちの世界にも現れたってこと？
行ってみよう。もう一度デジモンワールドに。
でもどうやって行くの？
初めてデジモンワールドに行った時はデジバイスに導かれたんだ。
だったら今回もきっと。
試してみる価値はありますね。
よし、みんなのデジバイスを集めるんだ。頼む。俺たちをまたデジモンワールドへ連れて行ってくれ。
この光に乗ればデジモンワールドへ。
ああ、きっと行けるさ。
タケル、せっかくみんな揃ったのにごめんね。でもちょっと行ってくる。
このままじゃ地球はおしまいなんだ。だから俺たちが母さんたちを守る。
タケル。
頼んだよみんな。
私幸四郎たちを信じます。じゃあ行ってきます。タケル、ヤマト、
お母さん、お母さん、パパ、ママ、お母さん、
父さん、大地、光。
心配しないで、絶対に戻ってくるから。いいか